Welcome to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football here on WYLN. And as always, it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. I'm your host, Marty Burns. Joined as always by head coach of Hazleton area high school, Dennis Bookman. Cougars come off a big road victory over West Scranton. They're returning home, and they're going to face the Dallas Mountaineers. We'll talk about that near the end of the show, and we'll have a special guest from the Cougar football team. That's all this week on Sports Talk.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill and Brandon Vicante from Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton Mazda. Where's all your cars?
Don't wait any longer. Come down and reserve yours today because they're sold before they hit the ground.
Or you can do like these people did. You can order one with your color and options that you prefer.
Or reserve one of our new incoming Mazdas.
So if you're in the market for a new Mazda, come on down to Blaze Alexander. See Adriel or Brandon. Place your order or reserve your new Mazda today.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on WYLN, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. I'm your host, Marty Burns, joined once again this week by Hazleton area head football coach Dennis Bookman. And coach, a big victory over West Scranton. We'll get to defense because once again, another amazing performance by your defense. But I thought it seemed like from reading the accounts, it was one of those games, we've talked about it. You're going to go through a year where you're going to have certain games. This game sort of reminded me of, we come, take care of business, and then we head home. And it was like a business approach. Your defense gets to start early, and then you guys get pinned, but march 98 yards to get the score. And from what I read, that seemed like gave you all the momentum.
Sure. I mean, certainly, no disrespect to West Scranton. We're, really well-coached football team, really young team, an up-and-coming type of group there. They're certainly getting things, straightened out, and they're going to be really good in the future here. But that was the mindset of being able to take the business trip, get up to West Scranton, take care of what we needed to take care of. I told our players, though, I thought it was really important not necessarily to overlook the game, because we would never, not respect an opponent and be prepared for an opponent. We prepare every week, as hard as the next. But, I wanted our players to make sure that they still enjoyed that game because, especially for these seniors, we're only guaranteed 10 regular season games. And you want to make sure that you're enjoying every single one of them. What's really special for us now is the fact that last year, we were 5-0 on the road in the regular season. This year so far, we're 4-0 on the road in the regular season. I told our group today in our meeting, you can go back to our first year together, week 2 against Wilkes-Barre, 28-21 loss to Wilkes-Barre, is the last time we've lost on the road. So we're 11-0 in our last 11 games on the road. Truly remarkable. Testament to our program's preparation by coaches and players alike. It's absolutely astounding when you think about that and some of the places that we've won and had to come from behind. And so, it was really exciting always to get a win on the road, and West Scranton was no different.
And the other good thing for your team, you got to get some of your main guys off the field in the third quarter, get them some rest before you head into the second half. But some other guys got to step in and get some playing time, and they excelled. I don't want to start naming names because then you're not naming everybody, but for a kid like Kevin Guzman to get over 80 yards, get a score, just talk about not only Kevin, but the rest of those players that work so hard during the week to get your main guys ready, and we're able to get some time Friday night.
First off, and you mentioned Kevin and Alex Pangrazzi are the two that come to my mind. Kevin, he's just relished his role in our program from day one, and he's taken just such a mature approach to this year. He's on every special team for us, does a tremendous job. Talked to him in front of our team today and just told him what an incredible job he does in the specials game, and also then being able to be that rotational depth guy on offense and defense. He right now has played and is able to play 3 different defensive positions for us. So it's a testament to, once again, his ability to prepare and stay ready, our coaches, to be able to get him prepared. So exciting to see him rush for 87 yards in the game on Friday. Alex Pangrazzi's another guy. He's been in our program since day one, works tremendously hard. He's become a really good player. He's even a better person. It was his birthday on Friday too.
Okay.
His first career touchdown on his birthday. Certainly, we talk about it every week, it seems, too, when you're building something special. When you have those varsity starters, those frontline guys, when they're on the sideline and the game's over for them, but the game's continuing for our program, for them to be as excited for success for others as they are for themselves, that's really remarkable. So certainly it was great to see those guys, and also then our rotational depth guys and our JV players. We had basically our fourth quarter was a true JV period there, which is always great for them to get experience on a Friday night. A little bit different speed, and for them to be able to play a full quarter of a varsity football game certainly is exciting for our program.
Now, I don't often do this, Coach, but I think I have to file a grievance against your players. They need to understand they need to have the big week, then come on the show, not come on the show and then have the big week so that we can't have them back to talk about it. We had Tyler Wolf on, he had the big night against Wallenpaupack. And then last week's guest, Matthew Bookman, over 200 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
Sure. Matthew, he played phenomenal on Friday night. Has continued to get better and better, had over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. He'll be the first to tell you that certainly he doesn't get any of those yards if we're not doing our job up front. If Ryan Matthews, who had an equally impressive game at fullback, isn't doing his job, our receivers on the edge, stock blocking, truly incredible night overall. But Matthew, he physically ran hard. He stayed behind his pad level, displayed his balance, continues to get better and better. And he rushed for over 200 yards in just 13 carries. We wanted to keep his carries, to a minimum, so to speak, in anticipation for this second half and certainly the tremendous opponent we have on Friday night in the Dallas Mountaineers.
Well, let's get one look at West Scranton from Friday night, and we start defensively. Minor Kundrat on D.
Our defensive effort, once again, our starting defense didn't give up a point on Friday night. West Scranton scored late. Kayvon Minor, one of the best inside linebackers anywhere around in the area right now. Terrific play by Connor Kundrat as well.
How about we get a strip sack from Robert Anderson?
Robbie Anderson continues to get better and better. Underclassman has really come on the scene a few weeks ago and continues to improve.
We talked, you got pinned down, and here was Matthew Bookman on first down.
This play's really important for us. We're at our -2 right now. To be able to get +10 on first down and give us some room, gave us all the confidence we needed on this drive.
And here another Bookman big run.
This is another play here. You see our guys up front. You see Ryan Matthews being able to drive someone downfield 15 yards.
Then after you run, play action to Matthew Casadas.
Absolutely. Connor Shamany does a great job of running off the corner, creating a soft spot in coverage there. Matt Casadas, great catch and great run after.
And here Connor Shamany gets the football.
His length, the football IQ that he has, being able to get into space. Great job by Connor Shamany, then getting his front shoulder north.
And here another nice run for Matthew Bookman.
He's able to crease the middle of the defense, and he's just so physically tough to bring down once his shoulders are square and he's able to get upfield.
And here we get the first score of the night, a Bookman run, and we'll look at it twice.
Great job here of being able to display some vision as well and understand when he's being restricted to the sideline. Our offensive line does a beautiful job of washing the defenders down here, so to speak. Ryan Mattias able to continue into the wall. And what you see here then as well is how about Matthew Bookman retracing. You see Tyler Wolf starting to work vertically upfield to be able to spring a block if needed. Just selfless play all around by our football team.
And here we get to look at Matthew Bookman on the two-point conversion.
This is big once again. West Scranton jumped off sides. There was no hesitation for us. We were going for two. To be up 8-0 immediately is definitely a big confidence boost for us.
And here a sack from Xander Coleman.
Xander Coleman does a great job from his Mike backer position, being able to get skinny through the gap and make a big-time play.
Here from 54 yards out, second touchdown run for Matthew Bookman, and we will look at it twice.
So, I mean, you see this now. There's 6 defenders who are working towards the sideline here. He's still able to physically work upfield, finishes the run. You have somebody like Alex Pangrazzi. We talk about how the ball finds energy. Later on, the ball finds Alex Pangrazzi because look at him at the top of the screen working here in the stock. Continues to work upfield. He could stop the play right now, but the selfless play for number 17, the physicality of number 1. I told our players, last week, continue to trust, love, and commit and be selfless, and good things are going to happen for our program.
Kayvon Miner with the defense here.
Q's all over the field for us. Averaging right now 12 tackles a game. Kayvon Miner is playing big-time football for us.
Here, a nice pass play to Shamany.
Absolutely. Once again, Connor Shamany, what's equally impressive as him getting in the window, it's the acceleration and burst afterwards, using his length, his offhand, to be able to put us inside the tight red.
And here we'll look at it twice, a touchdown run for the president himself, Ryan Mattias.
Ryan Mattias, wanted to really reward him for just everything he does for our program and the way that he was able to block throughout Friday night. For him to be able to get this score, I think is really important, and what a run by him.
And another run for Matthew Bookman.
We see once again our offensive line does a great job. John Valdez, Sam Poro, Michael Ward, Juan Fabian, Brian Calcano. Then we have Ryan Mattias, Xander Coleman out front, our receiver Shamany Casadas. You have Bookman being physical at the point of attack and finishing runs.
More defense from Kayvon Miner.
You have Q here being able to work proper angles, be the spill player that he is, and make a big-time play for a TFL.
And another nice catch for Connor Shamany.
Does such a great job. Everybody talks about his length, and that's apparent. But what I love is just the patience and the way that he's able to break and get in and out of break points and transitions.
And as Coach mentioned, happy birthday, Alex Pangrazzi.
There he is, playoff P, as the kids call him. Alex Pangrazzi, tremendous job here. How about the route by Connor Shamany and Matt Casadas as well to be able to work Alex open in this particular coverage? Great job by Tyler Wolf pacing outside the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. Touchdown Cougars.
Another run here for number 1.
Absolutely. You see here, he's able to work downfield immediately, get his pad level right, and then finish the run.
And here we'll look at it twice. Touchdown number 3 on the night.
Terrific jump cut right there at the second level. Goes untouched until the second level, so guys are doing things right up front, but able to make 2 defenders miss immediately. How about the block up top there too by a receiver? You see Matthew Casadas. I mean, just a tremendous job by everybody involved.
Now we will look at this twice, the 2-point conversion to Matthew Casadas.
Sure, Matthew Casadas, what a player, what a gamer here. Does a tremendous job of being able to beat the defender to the pylon immediately. Tyler Wolf, once again, getting out in front. Well, we talk about all the time, blocks in space don't have to be knockdown blocks here. Getting your body position right and getting in front of defenders.
Saw it earlier, we'll see it again. Miner and Kundrat here on defense.
Great job by Connor Kundrat, understanding his primary force on this play. Q, once again, Kayvon Miner working perfect angle.
A play that I've never seen before. We're going to look at it twice. Mr. Boris with a double tackle.
Gabe Boris here, only a sophomore, has really started to play, especially in that Wilkes-Barre game when we were down some linemen, continues to get better and better and is a really physical football player for us.
And we talked about it earlier in the segment, Kevin Guzman.
There he is, Kevin Guzman. You love when your team, when players have success, but you tremendously love when guys who truly deserve success have success, and that's Kevin Guzman. Deserves everything that he has coming for him. Once again, he breaks to the edge on toss. Look how the way that he's finishing the run. He ran like a man possessed on Friday night. Did a tremendous job.
And here's his touchdown, and we'll look at it twice.
Everybody, the sideline's going crazy here as Kevin gets in the end zone. We made a concerted effort on this drive. The ball did not leave Kevin Guzman's hands except to be snapped to our quarterback and handed off. That was Kevin Guzman's drive, and that's something he deserves.
And here, Hunter Johnson with a run.
Another young guy for us, only a sophomore. How about the way that he's finishing his run? It becomes contagious. When you start to have your top-tier varsity players playing with that physicality and that confidence, it starts to become contagious for our team.
And there we end it with Team D, your favorite play on the highlight sheet.
Absolutely. You see a ton of white hats to the football there. That was our younger group during that time, our true JV group. So as I said, it's always exciting to have those guys be able to get in a varsity football game. They work equally as hard. We talk all the time about how everybody in our program, coach, player, has a responsibility and has a job to do and needs to relish that job. So when everybody can be rewarded like a Friday night, you love to have those games. It came at a good time for us as well. And now, certainly we have this second half stretch that is upon us.
And before we get to our guest, real quick, we talked about it. Defense has to travel. Once again, another one score allowed from your defense.
Fantastic job. As you talk about, defense always has to travel for us. It's something that we pride ourselves on. We made a concerted effort when we came together 3 years ago now that the physicality of our program was certainly going to change, and making sure that not only are we physical, but we're aligned and assigned properly at all times, and that's really important. I feel being able to align correctly, be assigned correctly, and then communicate puts you in position a lot of times to make plays, and then our players certainly make those plays. So tremendous job by our coaches, our players to be able to have our defense travel once again. All three phases truly showed up on Friday night, and we're going to need all three phases for this upcoming game against Dallas, and certainly with the schedule moving forward with Crestwood, Valley West, Williamsport, and Berwick. What a back half of our schedule, something we're really excited about because it's 5 tremendous teams, and we want to continue to get better, and the only way to get better is to play the best. And certainly the game that we have coming up in Dallas, they're one of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania.
As I mentioned, we're getting ready for our special guest. A few weeks ago, he was listed as the campaign manager, but for our purposes tonight, he wears number 6, and we're talking about Connor Shamany. He's next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com. 2 Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites. From pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
Attention, area residents. Show your support for local student athletes. Attend a live sporting event in your area. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on WYLN, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. Joined by number 6, Connor Shamany, a veteran to the show. And Connor, thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
And, you know, we joke about it, but, you know, even off the field, you know, you guys getting together to help Ryan become senior class president, you know, just the togetherness that this team has. Talk about whether it's on the field or off the field.
You know, it creates a bond, and I think that's the biggest thing. The past couple years, you know, most kids didn't hang out like we do. And I think that's why we do have the success we have, is because we're always together. And it does create chemistry, and it creates a bond that, you know, will be forever, you know.
And speaking of that bond, Coach has mentioned it a few times. We got to see it when we were there for the North Pocono game when Carlos Gonzalez got in the end zone. Kevin Guzman got in the end zone last Friday night. Before we get to your game, talk about when you see some of these younger kids and some of the kids that are on the scout team get an opportunity to play and succeed, and how it brings you guys together on the sideline.
You know, it's awesome to see those kids succeed because of how much work they put in. You know, they work harder than us sometimes. And, you know, you got to give them credit. They get us ready for Friday every single week. You know, Pongrazi, you know, he scored on Friday, yeah, but the weeks prior to that, you know, he helped us score. You know, I think it was only right for him to score, especially on his birthday.
Absolutely. Hopefully you didn't put the football as a cake topper, though. I don't know how well that'd go. But to get to your game, we talked about it in the beginning of the season with Tyler. You know, you guys are putting the work in, but also talk about how you guys now have that connection where, you know, maybe it's just a nod, a smile, a wink,
Right.
whatever, that, you know, nothing has to be said verbally. You know, you guys are on the same page.
You know, it's based on coverage. You know, if we see something that we like, you know, we're going to take it. And I think you know, we worked together for 3 years. You know, we finally, you know, it's our last ride. So, you know, we know everything about each other, and we know when somebody cannot cover us, you know, we're going to take advantage of that.
And also talk about the connection you have with Matthew, Casadas, and the rest of the receivers that, you know, Coach so often talks about how one of you guys will take the coverage away to leave somebody else open, so on and so forth. So talk about that chemistry.
You know, we get each other open, and I think that's the biggest thing. You know, Matthew gets me open, and I get Matt open. So, you know, I owe my success to him, you know, because he gets me open, and, you know, I make sure I get him open as well so he could have success as well.
And the other thing, probably the aspect of your game that isn't seen a lot of times unless we point it out in the highlights, talk about whether it's on a pass play, because I remember the Berwick game that we see in the open where you got Matthew Casadas open for a touchdown, or whether it's in the running game. You guys as a unit, not only the line, but you guys that handle the football, blocking for each other.
Yeah, I think we pride ourselves on toughness. And I think that's what we do differently than everybody else in the state. I think all 11 people on the offensive side of the ball, we block for each other and we help each other score. And I think that's what makes us successful, and it will help us be successful in this final stretch.
And let's get to the defense real quick. You guys have been playing real well, but let's focus on the secondary. You guys have played together a long time between yourself and Matthew Casadas on the corner, and then Matthew Bookman as the safety.
Yeah, we've been playing for 4 years, so we're just going to try to put it together and try to not allow a touchdown this whole year, and we're gonna try to make a run.
Now you guys were road warriors in the beginning, 4-0. Now you're going to get that home stretch, and I think this group understands how important it is to be home come November.
Right.
So you got to take care of business, and you got to take care of business at home.
Absolutely. I mean, especially for the fans as well. I mean, this upcoming game Friday, I mean, there's supposed to be, a couple thousand people, and you want to play at home. You like playing away, but it's always nice to come home. And I think to have that final stretch at home, it's gonna help us out too.
Well, Connor, thanks so much for joining us this week.
I appreciate
Best of luck in the rest
you.
of your senior year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to talk Dallas Mountaineers next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your ER partner.
Coach Bookman has rejoined us, and Coach, we've got a little bit under 2 minutes. Coach Manello and the Dallas Mountaineers come to Harmon Geist on Friday night. You return home and a very tough test.
Absolutely. Coach Manello, his staff program speaks for itself. They have some tremendous players returning, everybody up front. Parker Balesta, two-way player. I mean, the list goes on and on. Going to be really exciting to prepare this week, and certainly for the game on Friday night.
And what's going to be the keys to victory?
You know what? This week's about us and making sure that we stay true to what we do and staying true to the process and making sure that we play within ourselves, play together, and things will take care of itself on Friday.
Best of luck on your return home. Hoping for 6-0.
Thank you so much. Go Cougars.
Go Cougars.
I'll tell you. Postseason form, fans. Join us next week as we'll talk about that Dallas game and look ahead to another road game against the Crestwood Comets. Have another guest from the Cougar football team. So for Connor Shamany, head coach Dennis Bookman, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Join us next week for Sports Talk, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley